Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Well, it's gloomy out there again today. Everything's wet. It's only going to be in the 50s, like 51 degrees today. And last night we had a frost warning, and tonight there'll be a frost warning too. So nothing going on out there in the garden. So I'd like to have just a day today where I'm going to stay home, hopefully, and just kind of chill a little bit. So yesterday I had a doctor's appointment, and so I'm going to deal with that. I have to call and make an appointment for a CT scan. So hopefully they'll figure out what the heck's going on with my stomach. This morning in my cup, I have some of the Rise coffee. I have some of their probiotic creamer, which, I won't order that again. It's okay, but it really doesn't make the coffee very creamy. And then what I've started doing too is putting fiber powder in with my coffee. So I figure I'll get all that done and over with first thing in the morning. So we'll see how that goes. So I have lots of cleaning up to do in here, along with chilling. So I'll do that in a chilling manner. That's my goal, to do everything in a slow, relaxed manner. All right, let's see. So with this fiber powder, it's Walmart's brand, and you can't taste it. It doesn't make the liquid thick, so you don't even really know it's there. So I know as we get older, sometimes we need a little bit more fiber in our diet. Even though I'm a vegetarian, I still feel like I need more fiber. Now this Rise coffee is a little on the thicker side anyway. It's sort of the consistency of like a hot chocolate, which is fine, unless you don't like that consistency. But, you know, I add the creamer to it, and I'm having the Coffee Cake Oat Milk Creamer. Very yummy. It's my second favorite creamer. The International Delight Chocolate Caramel is my favorite. But this seems to pair really well with the Rise coffee. So cheers. Yep, that's good. It has a very rich flavor. Now, I'm not affiliated with Rise Coffee at all. I just like to say what flavors of coffee I'm having every day. And since this is a coffee substitute that I've been drinking for, probably a little over a month now. But when I drink coffee, I like to tell you what flavor I have, because I have a lot of different flavor K-cups. So, all right, well, I'm going to do my budget book in a little bit after I sip my coffee for a while and ponder what it is I want to do today. I hope everybody out there in YouTube land, all my friends, I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're going to have a wonderful, blessed day today. All right, I will meet you over there at the budget book. All right, back at the budget book. So yesterday I did spend money. This little HD is for Home Depot. I bought a little Rainer cherry tree. It's a bare root, so it wasn't that expensive, about $35. And now I'm waiting for it to arrive because it's delivery only. So years ago, I got a Rainier cherry tree at Home Depot, but the deer pretty much ate it. So, and I really like Rainier cherries, and they are so expensive. I mean, they were expensive before this crazy economy showed up. But I haven't even looked to see how much they are this year. They're not out yet, but they should be coming out soon, I guess. But anyway, I want to grow that in a pot, and I have plenty of big pots, so that'll be planted out there. I still have to plant the other 2 apple trees that I bought. I just haven't gotten out and done much work in the garden so far. Nothing's planted. The only thing that's growing out there is lettuce that planted itself. It overwintered because I put a cover over the little raised garden bed, and all the things that had gone to seed now are coming up. So that worked out really well, and lettuce likes the cool weather. It's like spinach. You know, after it gets too warm, it pretty much bolts. So I just let it all bolt, and I let it all go to seed and let it do its thing last fall. So I'm not planning on going to a store today, but in my budget book, I write down everything discretionary spending that I spent. That means a cup of coffee if I'm out. It means any luncheons I go to, any groceries I buy, anything other than my bills. Birthday gifts I write on here. Anything but my bills. I don't put medication on the budget book. I don't put gasoline on there for my car. That I put on a different spot. But anything that I don't absolutely have to have, that's discretionary spending, goes on my budget book. Everything else has a different space that I record it on. So everything that I buy, I put on the back of my budget log, where I log my bills and everything, and with the date and sort of roughly what I bought. Some things go under miscellaneous, but if it's something specific that I bought, then I put that on my tracker. So I find that I've been using this system now for a long time. I'd say at least a couple years, if not a little longer. But I've developed it, and it works really well for me. So I used to do a computer program that I fixed up where it would just add and subtract the money from the amount that I got or the amount that I spent. And I found that to be too cumbersome. You have to turn on your computer and go in your sheet and log it all, and then you don't look at it again. This way, with it being on paper, I look at it every time that I open my budget book. So it just works for me. So if you haven't found any systems that work for you, play around with it. Maybe you're a paper and pencil kind of person rather than a computer person. Now, certain things I do like to use my computer for. I'm not computer illiterate. I've been using computers for a very long time, but you know, I have friends that are my age, in their 60s and 70s, that have no clue what to do with a computer. So you might want to take a class or something. Classes go on this tracker too, by the way. But, you know, just to familiarize yourself a little bit, because if you're kind of left behind if you don't know what to do, especially with your health care now. Everything is on their portal. And when I went to the doctor yesterday, now he's a private practice doctor. He's not affiliated with either of the hospital systems that I use. My preferred system is United Healthcare. So the UH system is the one I prefer, where most of my doctors are. But I have a couple of Cleveland Clinic docs that I go to as well. And the two systems don't really talk to each other. But hopefully the doctors have access to all your healthcare systems. But, you know, I don't know. But for me, I have to look actually in both of them to see what test results they are, and it's just something that I find with the way that things are tracked nowadays. It's useful for me to be able to also track my medical information. So anyway, that's how I do my budget book and try and keep my spending to a reasonable amount, at least within my income. That's my goal. It's not my goal to save up $1 million. If I could, that would be fine. But it's my goal to live within my income and to have enough money that if I need to have something repaired, or, you know, within reason, or if I need to give my children or grandchildren a gift for Christmas or their birthdays or whatever, I'm not stressing about it. That's my goal, to live within my means. And right now I'm debt-free, and I plan to stay debt-free. And it's so much easier to maintain the status of living within your means when you don't have a lot of outstanding bills. At least that's what I find works the best in my life. So, okay, well, that's my budget chat for the day. How are you guys doing on your budgets? Are you doing okay? Do you find the tracker helpful or not? Give us some ideas. Maybe your ideas are better than mine. Leave it in the comments below. All right. See you in a little bit. Okay, well, here's this morning's brunch. I bought these yellow tomatoes at Mark's. They're heirlooms, and I have a thin slice here that I'm going to put in soil, and I'm going to try and grow some of these. They're heirloom tomatoes. I've done this in the past, and it turned out really well. The rest of this tomato I'll save because I have another one there. I'm hoping the low acid works a little better with my stomach. I have half an avocado on here, some sprouts that I bought the other day. So this is, some of it's from my haul, some of it's from what I already had. I had the bread in the fridge. It's Italian bread. I toasted that. And then here I have a little bit left of my banana bread that I made a few days ago with some peanut butter for protein and my homemade cherry jelly that I made from a big bag of frozen cherries that I had at my mom's. I turned it into refrigerator jelly. So I have a little bit of that left in this jar, but I have a bunch more in little jars that I need to stick in the freezer yet. So this is, I'm trying to use up the food I have, cook ahead, and I'm thinking that in order to save money, some of the things that you buy at Dollar Tree, if you're a single person, it's kind of worth it to spend like $1.25 on the peanut butter. And that way, this will last me quite a while. And it'll be fresh if I buy the smaller portions. Because if you do that in the grocery store, you're paying way more for a small container than you would for a large container. So maybe if you're a single person, you might want to think about buying staples like peanut butter, maybe mayonnaise, mustard, those sorts of things at Dollar Tree, and just getting smaller portions And you can still put that into your food stash, but they won't all be open. It's just a thought, trying to save some money and keep my food fresh. So that's my brunch for this morning, and I'll be back with dinner later. It's time for dinner. I have another one of these rolls I bought the other day. They're really good. This is the soy curl chicken I made. It's really good. I'm really enjoying it. I made a couple of deviled eggs. This is the potato salad I made from baked potatoes and some of the older potatoes that I had. I bought new potatoes coming up. So it's really tasty and easy. I make the potatoes in the microwave, let them cool, cut them up into chunks, add some salt, and stick it in the fridge until I'm ready to make the potato salad. I do the same with the eggs, cook them ahead, and then actually I use the same mayo, mustard, salt, pepper on both of these, and dill relish. So that was easy. And these I just made so I have some protein in the fridge ready made. So I'm going to make a sandwich, and I'm going to have potato salad and deviled eggs with it. I have some produce yet, some lettuce that I'll be putting on here as well. So I'll show you the dinner once I get it all put together. Using up what I have, using up what I cooked ahead. Some of these things are from the pantry. Some of them I bought last week at my grocery haul, which was small. And these were from the pantry. The eggs were free from my daughter's chickens. And so I bought the rolls. So rather than Subway, I'm just going to make my own. All right, I'll be back after I get it all put together. I toasted the bun, and this is some yellow tomato. And now I'm just going to add some lettuce and the soy curls. I toasted those too, not for long, just a few minutes. I'm going to add salt and pepper to this and a little bit of the Gerard champagne dressing and some cucumber slices, and that will be my dinner. So let me finish putting this all together. Okay, here it is, tonight's dinner. Deviled eggs for protein, some potato salad, and my soy curl chicken sandwich. More protein, more veggies. I think that looks pretty good. Well, I'm going to enjoy it. All right, see you in a little bit after I finish my dinner. Well, I thought we could have some dinner together. Hopefully you can see me. So here's my dinner, and I'm going to give this a try. So I get excited about when I cook things ahead, and you know, then I can make different dishes out of it and be creative. So here's my sandwich. I think that looks good. That's with the soy curls. So let me give it a try. I save these things from restaurants. You know, you get those when you get a sandwich. I save them and wash them up, and I mean, they're bamboo, you can do that. So let me give this sandwich a try. I hope it's good, and it's cheaper than Subway or whatever other sandwich place you like to eat, and the rolls are really good. So let me give it a try. Delicious. Simple and easy. And it's not that hard to cut up some veggies and have them prepared ahead of time. You can add olives to this, onions. I'm trying to stay away from onions for obvious reasons. I'm thinking, it's kind of hard to digest. So, yeah, I like this. This is good. I have a little tiny bit of cucumber salad left that needs to be eaten up, but it's been really, really tasty on sandwiches like this. So I'm going to try my deviled eggs. So easy to make, and I just started doing this where I've made them more often rather than waiting for a holiday, because I like deviled eggs. Really good. So there's no reason to have the same old boring meal all the time. I made myself some Paul Newman's hibiscus and, what is it? I can't remember. Anyway, it's really tasty. Elderberry, that's it. Elderberry and hibiscus tea. And I put honey in there. And I'm putting it on my cup warmer to keep it warm. Gotta have another bite of this. Now, of course, you can use real chicken, pork, luncheon meat, whatever your preference, on your sub. Let me give the potato salad a try. That's another thing. A lot of times people will wait until there's a function to make potato salad, but I love potato salad, and I make it more often by just cooking potatoes ahead in the microwave and having them ready to either fry up for breakfast or to make potato salad. Or you can mash them up and make mashed potatoes too. So there's my potato salad, and it took all of not even 5 minutes to make. Very tasty and enjoyable dinner. This would be good for a picnic, for lunch, for dinner, whatever. You can use real meat, meat substitutes, whatever your preference is. All right, my friends, I'm going to eat this, and then I'll be back. Well, thanks for having dinner with me. That was fun. And I like to come on and maybe give ideas on what I eat. I try to eat healthy. And easy. I like easy meals. So cooking ahead a little bit gives me that edge where all I have to do is pull things out of the fridge, mix and match. And most of the things that meals that I post, even though I'm vegetarian, you can definitely substitute whatever protein you like, whether that's animal or plant. So I enjoy doing that, and it guarantees that I will eat a healthier diet than if I were to run out all the time or just make totally prepared foods and never cook. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed having dinner with me. I enjoyed having dinner with you. So let's have a little chat. All right, well, dinner was very good. I'm really enjoying these sandwiches on these rolls. Very tasty, just as good as Subway any day. I wanted to talk a little bit about the book, 365 Days of Wisdom by Daddy Janke. She's a very wise woman. She has a lot of good insights here. And today I wanted to talk about inner power. And it says, to be an embodiment of power is to be free from effort. Okay? When faced with a challenge, we try to fill our mind with positive thoughts in an effort to combat the negativity of the situation. If we find this difficult, we start to believe that we don't have the power to change our nature. Then we continue to work with the weakness and strengthen it further. So she talks about what to do if that's happening, where you're actually focusing more on your weaknesses than you are on your strengths. It becomes kind of a way of life and lifestyle, and this is my analysis of it. And she says, in order to overcome my weaknesses, I need to become an embodiment of power. To do this, I need to get used to working with my power and believing in myself. Then I will be able to call on my inner power whenever I need it and transform a negative situation into a positive one with ease. So once you start thinking about things in a positive mind frame rather than always being a negative Nelly, and it takes practice. It's not something you're going to learn from this moment to that moment. At least that's what I find. But the more that you focus on something, the easier it'll get, and then after a while it'll be second nature. At least that's what I've found to be true in my lifetime. And especially, in my opinion, as you get older and you can physically do less and less, I think it's important that we find things that we still can do. And, I mean, I'm not going to go out and run a 5K marathon. I probably couldn't do that even if I started training now. But I could start a walking program, something that I can do. And so that way you sort of work on creating positive scenarios in your life rather than negative ones. So at least that's what I think. That's my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you a negative person? Do you focus mostly on the negative? Or do you focus mostly on the positive? Or are you somewhere in between? I think most of us are probably somewhere in between the two. But for my life, I would rather focus even more on the positive things that I can do, rather than always, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that. And taking baby steps to get to where it is you want to go. It doesn't have to be, a change from this second to the next second. I think it builds, one thing builds on another. So today I didn't stay home. my daughter called me and said, Mom, I just picked up my dog and I'm driving through Dunkin' Donuts. And do you want to come over and have a cup of coffee with me? I'll buy you Dunkin' Donuts. She has an app where she gets free coffee. So it's like, yeah, sure. I'll run up and get dressed and I'll be over in about 20 minutes. So I spent a couple hours at my daughter's. She gave me some eggs, which I'm very thankful for. They're delicious and very nutritious, great source of protein. And then she did her work because she works from home. So she did her work and I did my work, which is answering a lot of YouTube comments. And also I went through all my emails and deleted a lot of those. And so yeah, I got a lot done over there. And we kind of hung out and chatted and worked, and so that was fun. So if given the chance, I'll always pick doing that over just staying home, even though I like to stay home and just chill. But I enjoy hanging out with my family even more. So, all right, my friends, well, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share, and thanks for watching.